So today we're talking about our favorite portrayals of Spider-Man.
Yes, there is a lot, and
we're gonna be covering all of them. Like everything's fair game: comics, movies, TV shows, the forums, like Miles, Gwen, alternate universes, all that good stuff. Talking about all of them.
All of them, and there's a lot of argument too, because especially like right now, people argue about like the big three, the movie Spider-Mans,
which is Tobey, the best,
Andrew Garfield, the worst,
and Tom Holland, just right.
I like him, just right.
But to be fair, Tobey Maguire is the best. Like
that's as
far as the movies go,
he's a total package. He's Peter Parker. He's Spider-Man.
He's the boy next door.
Just love him. He's so good, and it has nothing to do that I watched him when I was a kid. Nothing at all. No nostalgia. He's the best.
So I'll let you start. I guess we'll pick three. We'll both each pick three. You go first. What's your number three? What's your third pick?
What's my third pick? My third pick, if I had to pick, would have to be the animated Spider-Man TV show back in the 90s.
The one that was like Spider-Man. That intro?
Yeah. The cool. It was like the cool one. Like the X-Men cartoons that just came out. It was him like Miss Webb.
The 80s, right?
Yeah, I guess maybe I was young. I don't remember, but I guess it had Miss Webb in it too.
We obviously watched reruns. We were on it live at the time.
Yes, but I think that was because I watched it a lot. I watched it as a kid. They would play it a lot on TV, and that was cool. I don't know what was going on. I was a kid, but I just know it was cool.
That is fair. All right.
It was cool. It's one of those things you don't know, but you know. You don't know, but you know. What about you? What's your number third?
Let's see. If I would have to go with. I think I'll go with Tom Holland. I think Tom Holland is going to be my third because I think he. Something you don't see a lot with portrayals of Spider-Man, at least in the movies, is like the Peter Parker, the Spider-Man that jokes constantly when he is fighting. And a lot of people forget Peter is a kid. Yes. I remember people when the Spider-Man Homecoming first came out, people complaining that he acted too much like a kid. And I was like, dude,
he's a kid.
Peter Parker is a kid.
He's a punk.
His whole stories were him balancing school life and balancing being a superhero. He was the link for kids. So he's my number three.
All right.
Tom Holland. I think he's doing a great job. I'm enjoying him in the MCU.
My number two. And you know what? It's actually Tobey Maguire. I'll put him at number two.
I'm going to put Tobey Maguire for my number two too. I know we just boosted him up. We just fucking sucked
but it's not that. I love Tobey Maguire. And I will say, he's my favorite movie. I'm not gonna lie to you, and you're gonna hate me. It's because I am nostalgic. I am sorry. I cannot change. I love Tobey Maguire.
Nostalgia glasses are hard to.
And I remember watching him as a kid. It was one of the first real superhero movies I'd watch. Obviously the X-Men and stuff was out, but the one I just remember Tobey Maguire, and he just was. It was like the coolest thing. Every kid wanted to be like
Everybody was excited. I remember going to the theater, getting my Spider-Man candy, and just watching. It was awesome.
It was. And his suit, iconic.
And
his suit was iconic.
It was. And awesome. Him trying to figure out, him fighting in the wrestling match.
I know.
And his Bonesaw.
Bonesaw is ready.
That was so iconic.
Just Doc Ock
in Spider-Man 2.
He's just... amazing. But
Spider-Man 2 is one of the best movies. It holds up still.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2 is one of the best comic book movies ever. You can fight me on this. Please don't do it. I don't want to fight.
I even like Spider-Man 3, even though a lot of people don't like that one.
Yeah. Well, talk about who's your top one Spider-Man then?
I'll let you go first. Who's your top one? Who's your top, tip of the top Spider-Man portrayals?
You know what? And this
it's gonna be bad.
And I was gonna put Tobey at number one. I was gonna put Tobey at number one, but
the fact he's giving all this backstory,
The reason I chose him is I thought about PS4 Spider-Man.
All right, I will.
PS4 Spider-Man is a whole package.
I will shut
It is a
up.
whole package. He is voiced by one of my the guy who voices him. I don't know.
Voice him.
It's an anime called Code Geass. His name's Suzaku. He's a cool character, and I love Code Geass.
Okay.
But just one of the reasons that and again, I was gonna put Toby at number 1, but the more I think about it, it's like PS4 Spider-Man is what Tom Holland is eventually gonna be. He's eventually going to be.
I can see that.
He's eventually going to be. You know, obviously it's different because he has Tony's money, or I don't know, he doesn't really have Tony's money. But if he stays broke and poor and stuff like that, he's eventually going to be that Peter Parker who's, you know, he's trying to balance life and being a superhero. And you actually see him get kicked out. You see Aunt May die. You see his relationship with Mary Jane, and that is why he's my number 1. I don't care. He's my number 1. That game's been out forever. He's my number
I don't care either.
My number 1.
I'll spoil everything.
He's been my number 1. And again, I was really gonna put Tobey Maguire first, but after really thinking about it in these 6 minutes, PS4 Spider-Man's my number 1. Just hands down. Plus, it's fun. The game's fun.
I gotta give you props for that one. PS4 Spider-Man is a phenomenal portrayal. I'll be honest, I forgot about that when I was doing my rankings. I won't go back and try to change it. I'm gonna give my number 1. People are gonna hate this because people did not like this show. But I'm gonna give it to Drake Bell's portrayal of Spider-Man in Ultimate Spider-Man. I love that show so much. I love Iron Fist in that show. I love Luke Cage in that show. That show was awesome. It brought so many characters to the spotlight. It had Peter Parker, Drake Bell's Peter Parker. Drake Bell, I love him from Drake and Josh, by the way. But
good show.
I thought he had a great voice for Spider-Man. Like, he sounds like Spider-Man, and I love the way he acted as Spider-Man. All the fourth wall breaks, all the joking and the talking and shenanigans. I love that show and that portrayal of Spider-Man. I think it's the best. It's my number 1.
Well, you are wrong.
Let me know. Let me know if I'm wrong. I know a lot of people do not like that one, but I will stand by it. I will die by that show. Actually, yes, I will die by that show.
But that being said, there's so many good portrayals.
That's it. Those are our 3s.
There's so many good portrayals of Spider-Man. Obviously, some are amazing, some of them are bad, like his. But those are our top.
It's all subjective.
It's not. It's all our top.
It's all subjective. Drake Bell's the best, but it's all subjective.
It's our top. I love Miles too.
I think we can both agree on
Spider-Gwen.
this. Andrew Garfield is the worst.
Piece of shit.